All right, here we go. Alan Jackson firing away right at Officer Sarf this morning.
All right, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Officer Sarf. Good morning.
All right, let's do this.
Anything
For
you'd like
us.
to change or amend or modify about your testimony yesterday that you thought about overnight?
No.
Officer Sarf, I want to ask you a question about, or a couple of questions about something called a dispatch log. Do you know what a dispatch log is?
Yes.
What is a dispatch log? Can you describe to the viewers?
Just notes saying what time calls come in and sometimes a short synopsis of what happened on the call.
It's an official document generated by the Canton Police Department, correct?
That's correct.
And it's kept in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
It's created at or near the time of the event that it's recording?
Yes.
And it's supposed to be accurate?
Yes.
Is that yes?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And in fact, what it has is the dispatch details of the event that's in question. Whatever officers show up, what time they show up, the order in which they show up, the location to which they're dispatched, things of that nature, correct?
Yes.
Have you looked at the dispatch log in this case?
No, I have not.
May I approach you on it?
Yes.
This has been pre-marked as Exhibit 27. Take a glance at that and tell me if you recognize that document.
He is
How do you
shaking.
recognize it?
Woo!
It looks like the log in question.
Look at that paper shaking. Shaking because you about to get caught, sir.
Have you reviewed this document in the past?
Yes. No.
You've never seen the dispatch log?
No.
Did you ever seek to make sure that the dispatch log that's so important and so vital in an investigation was actually accurate before it was turned over to the defense, for instance?
No, I didn't.
So this is, what everybody has to start realizing here. This is going to be the attack from Jackson and Yannetti to all of the first responders, officers, firefighters in this. They're going to show sloppy police work. They're going to show inconsistencies in their statements. They're going to show that their statements have changed multiple times. And their statements have changed after they had contact with who?
You recognize that as your report?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did you write that?
Yes, sir.
When did you write that?
I believe the morning of.
So that would be January 29th,
That's correct.
a little bit later in the morning after you left the scene.
Yes.
And you were reflecting back on what had just happened minutes or hours before, correct?
Yep.
And you were trying to be as truthful as possible, correct?
Yes.
You were trying to be as accurate as possible,
Yes.
as comprehensive as possible,
Yes.
and as thorough as possible.
Yes.
You wrote in that report, quote, Karen Reed kept screaming, "Is he dead? Is he dead?" She was severely distraught and not able to tell me what happened. Correct?
That's correct.
May I approach you? And the only statement you attribute to my client on that morning, just hours after the incident or minutes after the incident, was she kept repeating, "Is he dead?" Correct?
Yes.
You were interviewed by Michael Proctor the next day.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what day it was, but
Here we go.
Refresh your recollection. Take a look at that report.
sure.
May I approach you?
Yes.
Looks like his report.
Okay. That's that's Trooper Proctor's report of an interview that he did with you, correct?
Yes.
And if you look on the second page, paragraph about what you stated to Trooper Proctor.
That's highlighted? Is
I
that
highlighted it for you, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell Trooper Proctor, let me withdraw that, ask it a different way. Were you trying to be as thorough and comprehensive with Trooper Proctor as you were in your own report?
Yes.
You weren't holding anything back in that interview, correct?
No.
You wanted to be as truthful and as honest as you possibly
Where it's
could.
going to start unraveling.
And as comprehensive as you possibly could, correct?
Yes.
You told Trooper Proctor that you could, quote, hear Karen Reed continually state, "Is he dead?" as the paramedics treated the victim. Officer Sarf then seen Karen inside her friend's vehicle, correct?
Correct.
So the only statement you attributed to my client the day after this incident was those three words, "Is he dead?" that she continually repeated. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. In the two times that you were asked to reflect back on exactly what happened that morning on January 29th and January 30th. Both times, you attributed only 3 words to my client having been repeated continually in her distraught state. Is he dead? Right?
Yes.
And she wasn't saying that calmly.
No. No.
Matter of fact, you used the word she was severely distraught. Is that right?
That's correct.
When you say severely distraught, we saw part of that on your dash cam. She was emotional,
Yes.
upset,
Yes.
focused on John,
Yes.
trying to save his life,
Yes.
and asking, what was the question that she asked?
Is he dead?
Over and over and over, correct?
Correct.
Then you were asked to testify in April of 2022, April 14th of 2022, at a state-run grand jury by the Commonwealth.
Yes.
You changed your story, didn't you?
No.
When you did testify in that grand jury, you changed your story, didn't you?
No.
There it is right there, that pause.
You believe you testified
Excuse me.
completely consistently at that grand jury as you had in your report?
I testified for what I remember what happened, sir.
I see. Was your memory better in April than it was
I love
minutes
this.
or hours after the event?
Was it better?
This is great.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think your memory gets better as time goes on?
Not usually, no.
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 Usually it's the opposite, isn't it?
Yes.
Memories get foggy, they fade.
Yes.
Which is why you write reports the day of the incident, if you can, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember what you testified to at the grand jury in April of 2022?
The whole thing?
No,
Oh,
sorry, that was a bad question on my part. Just as it relates to statements attributed to my client,
Yes.
what was your exact testimony in April of 2022?
I'd have to look at my.
Would it refresh your recollection if you saw a copy of your
Sure.
grand jury transcript? May I approach?
Yes.
I think he in trouble. I think he's gonna get caught here.
Let me know once you remember it, once you review that and tell me if that refreshes your recollection.
Yes, it does.
In fact, on April 14th, 2022, months after this event, for the first time, you said, quote, and these are your words, tell me if I get them right. She, this is my fault. I don't know. She said, I can't believe this happened. I mean, she kept asking if he was going to die, if he's dead. And, I just basically said, we're doing the best that we could, end quote.
That's correct.
May I approach?
Yes.
So in April of 2022, for the first time, you attributed the phrase, "This is my fault. I can't believe this happened," to my client, correct?
That's correct.
But nowhere in your official report did you say that.
That's correct.
And nowhere in your interview with Trooper Proctor the next day did you say that.
That's correct.
You think that was a pretty important omission on your part?
It was an oversight.
This is my fault. Just missed that one.
Yes, the oversight.
Yes. Yes, I missed it. Yeah, I didn't write it down.
This guy
Yes,
caught.
okay. Is yours?
I don't remember word for word.
He is caught.
Well, I wrote it down. Let's see if this helps.
Oh,
Yesterday, you said that my client said, quote, "It's all my fault. I did this," end quote.
Yes.
Remember that? Is that yes?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't say that at the grand jury.
No.
And you didn't say that to Trooper Proctor.
No, sir.
And you didn't put it in your report.
That's correct.
If you were to testify in another 2 or 3 weeks, I think your statement would just keep evolving.
Objection.
Now I want to shift gears for a second and talk about what Ms. Reed actually said that morning. Do you remember when you arrived, one of the first things out of your mouth was the question, what happened?
Yes.
Ms. Reed did in fact answer you, didn't she?
I don't recall what she said.
She said, quote, "My boyfriend, I left him and he never came home," end quote. Correct?
I don't know. I don't recall.
I was asking Officer Sarf, please listen to, there's a din of noise, obviously, road noise, wind noise, etc. Once you close the door, listen very carefully about 9 seconds after you say what happened, or a woman's voice, and see if you can make out what that voice says. Sure. Stop. I left him and he never came home.
I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Or I
You
left.
couldn't understand that?
No.
Let's move to another area of the dash cam video. I want to draw your attention to the individuals to the left of the SUV right here. I'm going to ask you to focus on the person in the darker jacket.
Sure.
And see if you see that person in the dark jacket pass from right to left in front of that SUV as if they're going to the house. And now I'm going to ask to draw your attention to that car with snow on it. Pay special attention to that car as the film continues to run. Go ahead. Pause.
Oh,
Do you see a person standing in front of the car?
where was Jennifer McCabe going?
Walking from right to left.
Yes.
Would that be toward the house?
Yes, it would.
Wow.
And also, if you wouldn't mind switching your perspective, now you're looking more at the front of the house.
Well,
Continue watching the
well.
and see if you see that same person walking toward the house.
Well. Jennifer McCabe went back inside 34 Fairview that morning. What's the time? I can't see the time. 6:34 and 43 seconds for all the non-believers that think Karen Reed is guilty. Why would Jennifer McCabe have to go back inside 34 Fairview that morning? Well. I think Jennifer McCabe got some explaining to do. And I can't wait till that gets on cross when Jackson gets a hold of Jennifer McCabe. I think everybody got some explaining to do. Well.
Stop. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see. Oh, yes. I saw the shadow, yes.
Right. Shadow of a person
Yes.
walking toward the front of the house. That was Jennifer McCabe going into the house. Wasn't
Wow.
I have no idea.
It? Was it a person going into the house?
It was a person, yes.
Did you give anybody any permission to
Yeah.
go into the house?
No, not my own.
Would you think that a witness in a homicide scene?
Yeah.
Raise the lights. Thank you.
Was she hiding any potential evidence or hiding facts or trying to get out or get the story straight to Brian Albert inside 34 Fairview? Let him know what's going on. Why did she have to go back in there? Let's see if the officer can explain that.
Homicide scene, sir.
If I could finish my question. Do you think it's appropriate for a witness at a potential homicide scene, an unconscious person scene, whatever, crime scene,
Yes.
to make contact with other witnesses and begin discussing the situation unsupervised?
Can you rephrase that question? sir?
I think that's an
Oh,
appropriate thing to have happen.
you got no answer because you know you were wrong. You do not follow police protocol.
I have no answer for that, sir. I don't know what you're asking.
Officer Sarf, when you go to a crime scene,
Yes, sir.
one of the first things that you'd want to do
Clear the
is
scene.
secure the scene
Yeah.
and separate witnesses so that interviews could be conducted, correct?
Sure.
You wouldn't want witnesses just cavorting together and
Yeah.
getting their story straight, right?
Correct.
You'd want to avoid that at all costs, right?
Yes. Yes.
And why is that?
so they can't collaborate their story.
That's basic
Yeah,
police
there was a woman-
procedure.
Sorry, there was a person walking from.
That's probably taught on the first day of police training. Securing the scene. Don't let potential witnesses walk off and collaborate their stories, or just let them walk off in general. You need to keep them at the scene. Keep your eyes on them.
The area where a body was found in the lawn of a house, walking into the house to make contact with other individuals, correct?
It appeared that way, yes, sir.
Does that seem appropriate to you?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah. You fucked. You screwed up. He knows it. He's done.
We've talked a bit about what you did and didn't hear at the scene from my client. At any point when you were at that location, did you hear my client repeating the phrase, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him"?
She said, I hit him? No, I didn't hear that.
Oh,
You never-
now he's ruffled.
We've talked a bit about what you did and didn't hear at the scene from my client.
Now the truth's gonna come out.
At any point when you were at that location, did you hear my client repeating the phrase, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him"?
Nope.
She said, I hit him? No, I didn't hear that.
You never heard her whisper it,
Oopsie.
yell it, say it.
Because she never said it.
Not that I recall.
If you heard that, if you had heard that statement, you likely would have written it down, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You likely would have reported that to Trooper Proctor the next day, wouldn't you?
Yes.
You likely would have mentioned it in your grand jury testimony, correct?
Yes.
And you did none of those things because you did not hear that statement, correct?
I did not hear that. No.
You didn't just stay in your cruiser. At points, you got out of your cruiser, walked over, made contact with the women, and you were standing next to the body.
Yes.
And you were obviously looking around. You noticed some footprints,
Yes.
and you even noticed some lack of footprints.
That's correct.
So you were being observant of the area of the body
Yes.
and the area adjacent to the body.
Yes.
You were looking for anything that might have been out of place,
Yes.
anything of any evidentiary value, correct?
Yes.
You never saw or otherwise observed, located a single piece of taillight material, did you?
Wow.
No.
Wow. Wow.
You certainly didn't see 45 pieces of broken plastic or taillight material, did you?
No.
Wow.
You never located or otherwise observed
He
Jonathan's
is
missing shoe.
that is the glasses inside the coat is I want to get the F out of here as quick as possible. He is a nervous Nelly now. He's like, I surrender. I want to be out of here. Let's go. That was go time. The glasses are in my pocket. I want out. That's the tap out right there. Certainly didn't see 45 pieces of taillight. Exactly. Oh, he had tapping out.
Or any other clothing of his.
I didn't. No.
Officer Sarf, did you ever think to look inside the house
No.
for that missing shoe?
No.
That never crossed your mind?
No.
You think that might have been a smart thing to do at the time?
Objection, Your Honor.
Rephrase the question.
Sure. Do you think that would have been appropriate protocol when
Oh.
dealing with a body
Oh,
laying on
Jackson.
a lawn that is partially unclothed to look inside the house of the lawn?
No.
You didn't think that would have been an appropriate protocol
No.
for you or anybody else?
No.
Obviously, you did not conduct a search of that house, did you?
Nope.
And you're aware that to this day, no law enforcement officer ever conducted a search of that
Woo.
house.
I'm not aware of.
Oh, mercy.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.